Hi everyone, welcome back to a Niger Man's Perspective. Today I'm going to talk about P Square. P Square, arguably the most famous twins in Africa, period. In my opinion, and a lot of people share that opinion, today I'm going to do a deep dive into their story. The story of P Square, one of Africa's most celebrated music duos, is a tale of triumph, brotherhood, and bitter rivalry. Yeah, I said it. Born as Peter and Paul Okoye, these twin brothers from Nigeria took the continent by storm with their infectious blend of Afrobeats, R&B, and pop music. But behind the glittering facade of fame and success lies a complex family drama that has played out in public, captivating fans and the media alike. Peter and Paul Okoye were born on November 18th, 1981. These twin brothers hail from Jos, Plateau State in Nigeria, and have become one of the most iconic music duos in Africa, known for their contributions to the Afrobeat genre. P Square started their musical journey in the early 2000s with hit songs like Busybody, remember that? Busybody, do me, do me, do me, and personally, and so many other songs. Their unique sound combined with electrifying performances earned them numerous awards and a massive fan base across the continent and outside the continent as well, I must say. But two additional people were pivotal to their success, apart from the talented twins. Jude Okoye, their elder brother, and the late Mrs. Josephine Okoye, their mother. Rest in peace. Let's start with their mom. Mrs. Josephine Okoye played a significant role in their lives and careers. She was not only a supportive figure, but also a spiritual guide and a strong influence on their decision making. Mrs. Okoye was known to be deeply religious and played a crucial role in keeping the family united. She was often seen as the glue that held the brothers together, especially during difficult times. Mrs. Okoye sadly passed away in July 2012 after a heart surgery in India, and her death had a profound emotional impact on Peter, Paul, and the entire family. The loss of their mother left a significant void, as she had been a source of strength and guidance for the brothers. Her death is often cited as a turning point in the relationship between Peter and Paul, as she was known to mediate and resolve conflicts between them. Now that mommy has gone, who is going to step up and mediate for the twins? After her death, tensions within the family began to escalate. Without their mother's calming influence, the differences between the brothers and their manager, Jude, remember, their elder brother, became more pronounced. Many fans and close associates believe that Mrs. Okoye's absence contributed to the eventual breakdown of P Square. She had this unique ability, like I said earlier, to bring them together. And her not being around meant that the brothers had to navigate their relationship without her guidance. The lack of this mediating figure led to unresolved conflicts, which gradually built up and eventually erupted into the public feuds that culminated in their breakup. All the Twitter things that we started to read. To give you an example, Mrs. Okoye's death is often seen as the beginning of the end for P Square as a duo, as they couldn't reconcile their differences without their presence. Now, I also mentioned that there was somebody else in the mix as well, Jude Okoye. As P Square's manager, Jude played a crucial role in steering their career to unprecedented heights. But his involvement in their professional lives also sowed the seeds of division. Jude's management style and his close relationship with Paul created a rift between the brothers, with Peter feeling increasingly sidelined and undervalued. Jude was seen as a divisive figure within the group, especially as the relationship between the twins deteriorated. Peter has been vocal about feeling sidelined within the group, accusing Jude of favoring Paul and not giving him enough recognition for his contributions. Peter has also alleged that Jude's management style contributed to the conflicts that eventually led to P Square's breakup in 2017. Peter went a step further, reportedly demanded that Jude step down as their manager if they were going to continue as a group. Jude refused. It was like, lie, I'm not stepping down, which was one of the critical factors that led to the split. Peter insisted that Jude step aside, and this was driven by his belief that Jude was more loyal to Paul, like I said earlier. Now, this created an imbalance in the group dynamics. Imagine both of them seeing themselves as equal. Now, one person is thinking, the other twin is being favored by somebody else that is also a family member. So you can just imagine that mix. Now, P Square, like I said earlier, announced their split in 2017. The breakup was messy, guys. It was messy. Accusations flying up and down the place, counter accusations flying up and down the place between Peter, Paul, and Jude. The brothers pursued solo careers. One called himself Mr. P. The other one calls himself Rude Boy. And people like, what's going on now? We know you people as P Square. Which one is Rude Boy? Which one is Mr. P? Fans were heartbroken. The media was buzzing with speculation. What is going on? Peter took a step further. He involved the EFCC in the dispute with his brothers, Paul and Jude Okoye. This involvement was part of the larger fallout within the P Square group that led to their eventual split. Peter, frustrated by what he perceived as financial mismanagement and a lack of transparency by Jude, who managed the group, he decided to take legal action. He formally reported the matter to the EFCC, accusing Jude of misappropriating funds earned by P Square. This move highlighted the deep mistrust and animosity that had developed among the brothers, extending beyond mere creative differences to serious financial and legal disputes. The involvement of the EFCC underscored the gravity of the situation as Peter sought an official audit and investigation into the group's finances. This legal step added another layer of complexity to the already volatile situation, contributing significantly to the final breakdown of the relationship between Peter and his brothers, ultimately leading to the dissolution of P Square. This aspect of the P Square saga is crucial in understanding the depth of the conflict that drove the iconic music duo apart, as it shows that the issues were not only about personal and professional differences, but also involved significant financial and legal dimensions. Let's move on to 2021. Fans, including myself, were given a glimmer of hope when Peter and Paul appeared to reconcile. Who remembers that concert they did? The brothers refollowed each other. I forgot to say, the brothers unfollowed, the twins unfollowed. Do you know what it is to have a twin? I don't have a twin, but imagine having a twin and then you unfollow each other on social media. It must have been, man. Anyway, back to the story. The brothers refollowed each other on social media and shared emotional posts, even hinted at a possible reunion. People were like, God, oh, thank you. Family wahala that they put into the public space, they've now resolved. People were like praying for them. There was really a lot of positive energy going their way. It seemed like the Okoye brothers had buried the hatchet, and the prospects of a P Square comeback was very, very close. But the peace was short-lived. Barely 3 years after, tensions flared up again when Paul claimed in an interview that he was responsible for 99% of P Square's success. People, this is the time you put comments in this video. 99%. Are you saying that your twin brother only did 1% of the work? Your twin brother only, didn't I? How many times do we see them singing, dancing the same steps, looking good, doing their synchronized dance steps? And one person is saying he did 99%? Okay. Peter, obviously feeling discredited, took to social media to set the record straight. He reminded fans that many of their biggest hits were his own creations and accused Paul of using their shared legacy for personal gain. Who is telling the truth? Who is lying? Let's move on. The public feud reignited, bringing back painful memories for fans who had hoped for a lasting reconciliation. The fans, we started to remember what happened in 2017. We are forgotten after they reconciled. Now we went back again and said, ah, guys, it looks as if the prayer has not answered, though. These ones are still fighting. Amidst the ongoing drama, Jude Okoye has largely remained silent. Fiam. While Paul continues to work closely with Jude in his solo career, Peter has distanced himself, choosing to focus on his own path. Jude's influence, or lack of, continues to be a contentious issue, with many believing that his involvement is a significant factor in the brothers' continued estrangement. The story of P Square is far from over, as Peter, Paul, and Jude navigate their complicated relationships. Their legacy remains a testament to both the power and the peril of mixing family and business. For fans, it's a bittersweet saga of what could have been, but also a reminder of the incredible impact P Square has had on African music. Like I said earlier, I'm a fan of their work. Whether the Okoye brothers will ever fully reconcile remains to be seen, but their contributions to the world and the music world, give them their flowers, will never be forgotten. In summary, Jude Okoye's involvement in the P Squared story is a critical piece of the puzzle. His role as the manager and the elder brother placed him at the center of the group's successes and conflicts. His decisions and actions have had lasting impacts on the relationship between Peter and Paul, making him an essential figure in understanding the full scope of the P Square saga. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the P Square saga, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more stories like this. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.